Hello aspirants, welcome to Spardha Line. In this session, we are going to discuss the next part of Union Executive. Previously, we have discussed the President, Vice President, Council of Minister, and today's session I am starting the Parliament of India. So I will discuss this in three parts. So next three parts I will finish the Parliament. So we'll start with our first questions. So this is particular question. It is about the basics of the Indian Parliament. So question says that what are the components as mentioned in Constitution regarding composition of the Parliament of India. So which of the above are included in the Parliament? So which of these four makes the part of the or constitute Parliament? So the President, Vice President, Rajya Sabha, and Lok Sabha. So let me know which is the correct option here. Okay, quite easy question. We know the President of India, the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, they constitute part of Parliament, but the Vice President is not a part of Parliament. So the correct answer, if you eliminate 2 from everywhere, correct option is B. 1, 3 and 4 are correct here. The President, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, they constitute Parliament of India. Okay, so next question we'll see. So it is about the when composition of Parliament, particularly Rajya Sabha. So the fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution deals with the allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha to the states only. Second, the seats in Rajya Sabha are allotted to states on the basis of their population. Third statement, the members representing Union Territory in the Rajya Sabha are elected by electoral college constituted for that purpose. So let me know which one is the correct here. So the correct answer for this is we'll see the statement wise. The fourth schedule of the Constitution deals with the allocation of seats to Rajya Sabha to states only. No, it talks about the states. It like deals with the allocation of seats to Rajya Sabha to states as well as the Union Territories. So the first statement become wrong. So the fourth schedule which allocates seats to the state as well as Union Territory. Second, the seats in Rajya Sabha are allocated to the states on the basis of their population. Yes, there is a particular set or the criteria which is not important from perspective of UPSC or other examination. Based on this base of population, the seats are allocated to all the states. Last one, the members representing Union Territory in Rajya Sabha are elected by the electoral college constituted for that purpose. Yes, it's talking about the electoral college, nothing but the Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly, and this Legislative Assembly present in only 3 states, that is Delhi, Pondicherry and Jammu and Kashmir. So only these 3 Union Territories has present representation in Rajya Sabha, and these 3 Union Territories has Vidhan Sabha or the Legislative Assembly which elects the member of Rajya Sabha from that particular Union Territories. So the first is wrong, 2 and 3 are correct here. So correct option is B, 2 and 3 are correct. Next question we'll see. So it is also about the Parliament, the eligibility. So it says that every Indian citizen who is above 18 years of age is eligible to vote at Lok Sabha election. Second, the Constitution provides that the members of Lok Sabha from the state and Union Territories are chosen by the direct election. Third statement, originally the Constitution empowered the Speaker to nominate 2 members of the Anglo-Indian community to the Lok Sabha. Quite tricky question, there is a twist. Read carefully and let me know which one is the correct answer here. So we'll see which one is the correct. First statement says every citizen of India who is above 18 years of age eligible to vote in Lok Sabha. Yes, all the Indian citizens who are above 18 years age and their name included in the electoral list, they are eligible until and unless they disqualified under the grounds mentioned in the Constitution as well as the Representation of People's Act 1950. Okay. Second statement, the Constitution provides a member of Lok Sabha from the states and union territory chosen by direct election. This statement is wrong because Constitution provides that member of Lok Sabha from the states, they will be chosen for the direct election. When it comes to union territories, the Constitution given or empowered the Parliament will decide how the union territories will get the representation in Lok Sabha. Okay, and through this constitutional provision, Parliament has enacted one law, that is Union Territory Direct Election for Lok Sabha. This act came in 1965, and through this act, the Union Territory elects the member of Lok Sabha from the territory through the direct election. But Constitution only provides the direct election for the states, not Union Territory. So second statement becomes wrong here. Okay. Third statement, originally Constitution empowered the Speaker to nominate members of Anglo-Indian Committee to Lok Sabha. Constitution empowered for nomination of the Anglo-Indian Committee to Lok Sabha, but not a Speaker. It is by the President of India. President of India would nominate two members from Anglo-Indian community. It was the original aim. But after 104th constitutional amendment, this particular amendment which extended the reservation for the Dalit and scheduled tribes, okay, tribes and SC for the 10 year more till 2029. So same time it is abolished this nomination of Anglo-Indian community in the Lok Sabha. So third statement is also correct because originally, wrong, because originally it was present. And the first statement, there is one brief that 18 years previously in original constitution it was the 21 year, but there was one act, 61st constitutional amendment, it came in 1987. So this particular act reduced the voting age. So previously it was 21 year, it made to the 18 years. Okay, so the first statement is correct. So options are wrong here actually. So the only one first statement is correct here. Okay, so this is the answer, correct answer. We'll see the next question. So next question says that the Constitution ensures there is uniformity in representation between the different states in the Lok Sabha. Second statement, Constitution empowers the Parliament to readjust allocation of seats in the Lok Sabha to the states after every census. Let me know which one is the correct here. Okay, we'll see which one is the correct. The Constitution ensures that there is uniformity of representation between the different states in the Lok Sabha. Yes, because according to Constitution, roughly it says that every states, okay, states will get represented based on its population, and there would be one MP or member behind all the 10 lakh population or the 10 lakh voters. Okay, and this, but there is one catch, this 10 lakh ka ceiling not applies to the states with population which is less than 6 million, means 60 lakh. So population, states with population less than 60 lakh, there are many states. Goa is there, mostly northeast states, Manipur, Nagaland, Tripura, Mizoram, okay, then Arunachal Pradesh, again the Sikkim is there. So these states where this particular criteria not applies. Okay, but statement 1 is correct. Second, the Constitution empower Parliament to readjust allocation of seats to Lok Sabha to the states after every census. This statement is correct, but the 42nd constitutional amendment, it froze the seats, the reallocation of seats till 2001. So whatever the previously the readjustment was done based on 1971 census, that we continues till now. So the currently the Lok Sabha, the 543 seats and Rajya Sabha 245 seats, this allocation is there. It is based on 1971 census and it is done till the 2001. But after 2001 there is one more amendment came. It was the 84th constitutional amendment. It is again this continue refrozen. Okay, this frozen that 543 and 245 till the 2026. So the seats will be frozen. But there was again act came. It is the 97th constitutional amendment. Okay, this said that the internal readjustment, okay, will be done and it is based on 1991 census. Oh, sorry, 2001 census. Okay, this particular act says previously said 1991 census, but this also changed it to 2001 census. But it is internal adjustment within this 543 seats and 245 seats. But the total allocation of seats to particular state not changed. Means now from 1971 or the 1976, the seats are the stable, but it is supposed to increase after every census, means after 10 years. So the latest series, now the government is doing census, conducting census in 2026 and it is planning to reallocate seat or adjust from the Lok Sabha, which will constitute in 2029. Okay, so this will see in separate topic, but here when comes to the both statements are correct here. Okay, so next statement, it is again the regarding Rajya Sabha. The first Rajya Sabha was constituted in May 1952 along with the first Lok Sabha. Second, the constitution has fixed the 6-year term for the members of Rajya Sabha. Third statement, the constitution authorized the chairman of Rajya Sabha to make all provision regarding order of retirement of its member. So let me know which one is the correct here. Okay, we'll see. The first Rajya Sabha was constituted in May 1952 along with the first Lok Sabha. Yes, this is the correct. Second, the constitution has fixed 6-year term for the members of Rajya Sabha. This is wrong. Constitution has not fixed. Constitution has given the same power to Parliament. Now Parliament will fix the term for the Rajya Sabha. So for that, Parliament brought one act, Representation of People's Act 1951, and according to this act, Parliament fixed the term for Rajya Sabha is 6 years. Okay. Third statement, so it's not a constitution, it is the parliamentary act that fixed the 6-year term. Last, the constitution authorized the chairman of Rajya Sabha to make provision regarding order of retirement. So this is also wrong because it is not a constitution. This act given the power to, but not to the chairman but to the president. So president will govern the order of retirement of its member. And after that, so there is one tradition that after every third year, 1/3 of members of Rajya Sabha will retire. Okay, so that's why we see election to Rajya Sabha after every third year. Okay, so this is the crux of this one. The second and third is wrong. Correct option is the A. Only one is a correct here. Next statement. Next question here. It is again about regarding power of President of India. So the constitution authorized the president to dissolve Lok Sabha at any time even before completion of its 5-year term. Second, the constitution expressly prohibits the judicial review to president decision to dissolve the Lok Sabha. Okay, let me know which one is the correct here. So correct here, the constitution authorized president to dissolve Lok Sabha at any time even before completion of its 5-year term. Yes, and president will not do on its own. It will do after aid and advice of Council of Minister. which will be headed by the Prime Minister. Okay. Second, the Constitution expressly prohibits any judicial review of the President decision to dissolve Lok Sabha. Yes, it is correct, but there was judicial pronouncement came in 1974 where the Supreme Court said that if the Council of Minister has lost majority, when they will lost majority, when they will not able to pass the confidence motion or the no confidence motion passed against them, so that time they will lose the majority. When the Council of Minister lose the majority in Parliament, so that time the whatever the aid and advice given by the this Council of Minister to President will not be considered as constitutional, it will be unconstitutional. So if the Council of Minister after losing the majority or the if no competence motion passes against it in the Parliament and then they advise the President to dissolve the Lok Sabha, that time President cannot do this. Even the President dissolved, it will be considered that unconstitutional, because the Council of Minister no more carrying the will of the people, that is through the Parliament. Okay, so this is technically what technically statement is correct. This is the interpretation that done by the Supreme Court in 1974. But here correct statement, both are the correct statement. So correct answer is the C. Both 1 and 2 are correct here. Next question. So it says that which are the considered following statement regarding constitutional disqualification for the becoming member of Parliament. So what are the constitutional qualifications that we need to become the member of Parliament? Okay, and it is asking what is according to Constitution. So first, the person must be citizen of India. The person must be registered as an elector for parliamentary constituency. The person must belong to scheduled caste or the scheduled tribe. Okay, if she intends to contest from the reserved constituency, then the person must be at least 30 years of age for election of Rajya Sabha and 25 years of age for the election of Lok Sabha. Now, which of these four are the constitutional qualification, means qualification that required by the Constitution? So let me which one is the correct option here. Okay, so here the Constitutional has given some qualification. First is he must be citizen of India, she must be citizen of India. So this is constitutional qualification. Second constitutional qualification is that person who wants to contest for the member of Parliament, he must take oath and affirmation in front of the officers that appointed by the Election Commission. So this is the second condition. Third condition is the same, he must be the at least age of 30 years in case of Rajya Sabha and the 25 years in case of the Lok Sabha. And the fourth, that it left on the Parliament to make other law, and through this Parliament has made the two qualification. That is, first is this one, that he must be elector for parliamentary constituency, means he must be registered in any constituency in India as an elector, okay, or as a voter. Then only he can be she becomes qualified to run for the MP election. Second condition that laid down by Parliament, it is that person must be a member of the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe community in any states if he wants to contest in the reserved seats. Okay, so these two qualifications are put by the Parliament Act, but the first and fourth are the only two given by the Constitution. So the correct option here is the only two, that A option is correct here. Okay. So next question. So it's talks about the condition related to disqualification. It is talks about the disqualification for the contesting presidential election as laid down by Representation People's Act 1951. So first says that the person must have not found guilty of certain electoral offences and the corrupt practices. Okay. Second, the person shall be disqualified if she holds any office of profit under union or state government. Third, the person must not be director, managing agent, or the hold office of profit in government controlled corporation which government holds at least 25% shares. Then the person must not have detained under any preventive detention law. So which of the following will lead to disqualification of person to become member of Parliament, and this is prescribed by the Representation of People's Act 1951. Let me know which one is the correct here. Okay, so we'll see when it comes to disqualification, there are two types of. First is a constitutional disqualification. Constitutional disqualification. So when it comes to constitutional disqualification, Constitution has laid down certain disqualification. First is the office of profit. That person must not hold office of profit under union government or the state government. So means this is the particular disqualification given by the Constitution, not by the Representative People Act. So this is the wrong option here. Second, given that the person must not be unsound mind. Unsound mind. So it should be mentally stable, and that to be declared by the court. Okay, not by the medical team or the hospital. Next, that person must not be insolvent. Declared insolvent means what? Vijay Mallya cannot run for the parliament election. He cannot become member of parliament under the constitutional qualification. Then he gives up citizenship of India. So if the person is no longer citizen of India, then he must or he will cease to become the member of parliament. And another, that parliament constitution empower parliament to make a law for the disqualification, other law. So according to this provision, parliament has brought Representation of People's Act in 1951, and this particular act, it given the certain laid down. Out of this, first is the correct, that a person must not found guilty in certain electoral offences. Now electoral offences and corrupt practice, there are different electoral offences. For one example is the booth capturing. So offense that we do regarding election, that consider election offenses, booth capturing one of the election offense. Corrupt practices, so distributing money, okay, paying money for vote. So this is one of the corrupt practice. So there is a difference, electoral offenses and corrupt practices. Okay, so this is the one example, and this is laid down by the Representation of People's Act 1951. This also, the person must not be director, managing agent of office of profit in government controlled corporation in which government holds 25%. Yes, this also laid down by the Representative People Act. Now see this one, the person must not have detained under preventive detention. Even the person have detained under preventive detention law, then person will qualify to become the member of parliament. So this is not correct. But if the person is detained, or then he detained in other offenses, then he will be ceased to disqualify. If he charged, okay, he charged on these offenses, so he will be disqualified. The Rahul Gandhi case, if you know, so the person will be disqualified for the offense if he gives the punishment of 2 years, more than 2 years, then person will be disqualified. So the person will be disqualified for the whatever the punishment he has given. For example, the person has got punishment for the 3 years in jail, so for that 3 years he will be disqualified. In addition to this, 6 years, so total 9 years that person cannot run for the parliament election. So this is the one of the condition laid down by the Representation of People's Act. Then apart from this, we all know, if the person is interested in government contract, so he also cease to become or to member of parliament. Then the person he dismissed from the public service on offense of corruption, so he also cannot or he will also get disqualified under the Representative People Act. Then again, the person is promoting social evils like sati pratha is there, okay, other child marriage, then person becomes disqualified to run for the or he will disqualified to hold the office. So there are the certain this conditions or the disqualification that laid down by Representation People's Act. So here if you see, only 2 are correct, so correct option is the B, that is only 2 are the correct here according to Representation of People's Act. So then we'll move towards the next question. So this is condition regarding disqualification of members of parliament. Okay, on the question of disqualification under Representation People's Act, the president decision is final. On the question of disqualification under 10th schedule, the decision of chairman, speaker and chairman is final. Then in both cases, the authority concerned must act according to the opinion of Election Commission of India. Now let me know which one is the correct here. Now, when it comes to disqualification of member of parliament, there are two acts deals with it. First is Representation of People's Act. Under Representation of People's Act, the president decision is final, but president need to take opinion of election commission. There is second another act, it is 10th schedule or Anti-Defection Act. It is the 10th schedule included after 52nd constitutional amendment in 1985, and same time they enforced Anti-Defection Act in 1985. So in that, this act empowered the chairman and speaker to take final decision on disqualification of sitting member of parliament. But in that case, they are not obliged to take opinion of election commission. Means not in both the case, only one case. In first case, when the disqualification is under Representation of People's Act, that time president must take opinion of election commission. But when it comes to the 10th schedule, speaker or chairman, they are not obliged to take opinion of election commission. So the third statement is wrong here. Correct option is the A, that A and B, only 1 and 2 are correct here. Next question. So it is about the vacating seats. Okay, vacating seats in parliament under the constitution. Okay, first under the constitution, what are the qualifications given in constitution? First, person cannot simultaneously be member of Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha. Then chairman and speaker may refuse to accept the resignation of member if they are not satisfied that the resignation is voluntary or genuine. Then the chairman speaker can declare the seat vacant if the member is absent for the 60 days without permission. So let me know which one is the correct here. Choose the correct option. Okay, here when it comes to vacating seats, there are the certain aspects. First is the vacating seats because of double membership, means person is elected for the one house, or he is taking occupying seats in two houses, then he will cease to become the member of any one house, and this is dealt by the Representation of People's Act 1951, but not by the constitution. So first is wrong because they are asking under the Constitution of India. This is not under the Constitution of India. Then second, the chairman or speaker, second aspect is by resignation. They can vacate seat by resignation. Okay, so when the resignation comes, they need to, if a person is member of Lok Sabha, then he need to give to resignation to speaker. If a person is member of Raj Sabha, he or she need to give to resignation to chairman. So now these two people, they may accept or they may reject if they are not satisfied the resignation is voluntary or genuine. So this is the correct. Third aspect, it is about the after absence. So a person is absent for 60 days, and the 60 days is after subtracting the when the house will be adjourned for the more than 2 or 3 days. Okay, so these days will not be counted here. Okay, but apart from this, person is absent for continuously 16 days and he has not taken the permission. So without permission that person is absent, then he must vacate the seat. But it is not the chairman or Raj Sabha, it will the house will declare that seat is vacant. Okay, not the chairman. So third is also wrong. Correct is here, the only one, that second statement is correct here. Okay, and there are the other cases. Okay, other cases, the person becomes disqualified. Okay, under the different context. Okay, he disqualified. Previous question we have seen, if disqualified, when it comes to disqualification, he might disqualified under the Representation of People's Act 1951 or under the 10th schedule. Okay, other, his election will be declared void. Okay, or he might elected for the, or not elected, nominated or appointed as a governor or the president of India, vice president of India, at that time they need to vacate. So this particular aspect we'll see with the next question, that when election become void. So here the next question, it is about the again disqualification. So it says that constitution lays down the procedure to declare election void if disqualified person is elected to parliament. Then the constitution enables the high court to declare election void if the disqualified candidate is elected. Let me know which one is the correct here. So in this question, the constitution lays down, the constitution has not laid down, it has not laid down any procedure to declare election void. So it is dealt by the Representation of People's Act 1951. So first statement is wrong, and it is second statement, the constitution enable high court, not constitution but according to Representation People's Act, high court will declare the election void if disqualified person disqualified candidate is elected. So the both statements are wrong here. So correct option is the D, neither A or nor 2 is correct here. Okay, so we'll move towards the next question. This is again an interesting question. The constitution authorizes the parliament to determine the salaries, allowances and the pension of member of parliament. The salary, allowance and pension of the member of parliament are charged on consolidated fund of India. So let me know which one is the correct here. It's quite tricky question. Okay, so first the constitution authorizes parliament to determine salary, allowance, pension. It authorized to determine salary and allowances, but constitution has not mentioned the pension for the member of parliament. So first statement is wrong. The pension is given to by the parliament, not by the constitution. Second, the salary, allowances and pension of member of parliament charged and consolidated. It's not charged, they are the voted. So they can be voted, they can either increase or reduced if the even the during tenure of the member of parliament. So when it comes to charged on the consolidated fund of India, so if person is holding the office, that time it cannot be reduced to put that person or the office in disadvantage. So this is considered a charge. But when it comes to salary, allowance, pension of member of parliament, these are not charged, they are voted. Okay, so the both statements are wrong here. Correct option is the D, neither 1 nor 2 is the correct here. Next, it is about the speaker. Okay, first statement, the speaker of Lok Sabha is elected by the house from amongst its member after first sitting. Second, the date of the election of speaker is fixed by the president. Third, the speaker continues in office during the life of Lok Sabha unless he or she resigns or ceases to be member of the house. Okay, so let me know which one is the correct here. Okay, so first statement, the speaker of the Lok Sabha is elected by the house from amongst its member after the first sitting. Yes, because in the first sitting, what happens in the first sitting of Lok Sabha, all the members will given the oath. Okay, oath that given, and who will go give this oath? The speaker pro tem. And who will be this person? He will be traditionally he will be senior most member or senior most MP. So if person is elected for the 10, 11, 12 terms, then it is considered senior most. It's not like depend on age. Okay, most of the time the age and the seniority in parliament is coexist, but the speaker pro tem will be senior most MP, and this speaker pro tem, it will be appointed by President of India, and the president will give oath to this speaker pro tem, and in first sitting this speaker pro tem give oath to the remaining member of parliament, and after first sitting the parliament will again meet. That time they will elect the speaker from among its member. Okay, and the date for this election of speaker will be fixed by the president. Okay, Last one, the speaker continues during life of Lok Sabha unless he resigns or ceases to be a member. Yes, because once a speaker, always a speaker. Okay, this is associated with UK Parliament, but if speaker and one person becomes speaker, he'll live till the or he stays in office until the parliament get dissolved or the new parliament comes on meet. So after the when the new parliament get elected, that time the person gives a resignation. Okay, and the resignation given to the deputy speaker, that we'll see in next question. So 3 are the correct here. So correct option is the D. 1, 2, 3 are correct. Next question. This is about the powers of speaker. Okay. First statement: the speaker is final interpreter of provision of constitution within the house. The speaker adjourn the house or suspend sitting only on the request of the leader of the house. The speaker may permit the secret sitting of the house when requested by the leader of the house. Okay. Let me know which one is the correct here. Okay, so first is the final interpreter of provision of constitution within house. Yes, correct. The speaker adjourn the house or suspend sitting only in the request, not request. When he adjourn or suspend the house, when the lack of quorum. What is the quorum? It is the 1/10. Means in case of Lok Sabha, it is a 55 member. For every sitting, there must be 55 members present. So then only the proceeding can happen unless speaker will adjourn. But last one, the speaker may permit the secret sitting of the house when request of the leader of the house. Okay. So yes, this is correct. We'll see leader of the house with 1 MCQ. So second is wrong, first and third is correct. So correct option is the C here, 1 and 3. So other powers of speaker, most important is the money bill. Speaker will decide money bill and his decision will be final and it will not lead to the judicial review. Okay. Second aspect, disqualification of members, and this disqualification under 10th schedule. Okay, but this is subjected to judicial review. So this is the 2 important powers that speaker holds. Okay, so this is you should keep in mind. Then next question, it is about the removal of speaker. Okay, this is for to maintain the impartiality and neutrality of office of speaker. Okay, so there are certain provisions in constitution. The speaker can be removed only by the resolution passed by Lok Sabha by an ordinary majority. The motion to remove a speaker can be taken up for the discussion only when it has the support of at least 1/4 of total membership of the house. Then speaker may resign to writing to deputy speaker. Let me know which one is the correct here. Okay, so here we'll see the speaker can be removed only resolution passed by the Lok Sabha by ordinary majority. It's not ordinary majority. What is ordinary majority? The members present and voting. So this is ordinary majority, means what? If 200 members are present in Lok Sabha for one sitting, so if 100 or 101 member pass the resolution to remove the speaker, do the speaker will remove? No, because we need the special majority. Special majority means majority of the membership of then house. Okay, then membership means we must need 272 plus vote in favor of resolution to remove the speaker. So it is the first statement is wrong. Second, the removal of the motion of removal of speaker can be taken up discussion only when it has support of at least 1/4. It is not 1/4, but it is the 50 members. The 50 members of the Lok Sabha has the support of to resolution which wants to remove the speaker, then only it can be taken discussion. Okay, so the second statement also wrong. Then speaker may resign to writing to deputy speaker. Yes, this is correct. So only third statement is correct. Options are wrong here. Now there is one scenario. The office of deputy speaker is not present in house. Okay, in the Lok Sabha. So now whom speaker will resign? This I told in first session itself. Now when in case of office of deputy speaker is vacant, so office of deputy speaker is vacant, that time what speaker will do? He will give resignation to Secretary General of Lok Sabha, and the Secretary General of Lok Sabha will put this resignation in house, and the house will accept this resignation. Okay, so this is the alternative that already present in the rules of Lok Sabha. Okay, not in constitution. So this is the correct option is the 3 only. Options are wrong. And also there are the certain, this to mention impartial neutrality of speaker. So there are other provision, one from the removal that he gets the security of tenure. Okay, he can remove only after passing the resolution with the special majority. Then again, his conduct will not be discussed in parliament until and unless there is substantive motion. Okay, substantive motion, it deals with the impeachments of the major constitutional offices. Okay, so his conduct will be discussed only when the substantive motion is in discussion. Okay, then he can do only casting vote. Okay, means suppose there is the 200 members are present, then you have to pass one bill. Now the 100 members says yes and 100 members says no. Okay, so this is the tie situation. Now the speaker will cast his vote. He might say yes, then it will become 101. The bill will pass. Or if he favors in this aspect that no, then bill will not be passed in the Lok Sabha. So this is the casting vote. Then again, the court will not intervene on his power to regulate procedure of the house. So this is the one important thing that mention aspect that maintain the impartiality of the position of speaker. Then one important thing that he has the equal he stands in equal in order of precedent with the Chief Justice of India. So when it comes to order of precedent, that as far as I remember, first comes the President of India. Okay, second comes the Vice President of India. Okay, third comes the Prime Minister of India. Then it comes the Governor of the states. Then comes the former President. Then I guess after former President, sixth comes the Deputy Prime Minister, or it is considered fifth A. Okay, if Deputy Office Office of Deputy Prime Minister present, it will be considered equal to the former President. Okay, then comes it is the sixth. Okay, sixth it is the CGI and the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Then seventh comes that the Cabinet Minister. Okay, Cabinet Minister. Okay, former Prime Minister comes the former Prime Minister and the Leader of Opposition. They comes seventh and position, and the seventh A. It is the Order of Bharat Ratna. Okay, Bharat Ratna, and the eights are the ambassador. So this is the order of president. So the speaker is the sixth with the Chief Justice of India. So these are the important things. Then we'll move towards the next question. This one, the Deputy Speaker, Office of Deputy Speaker. It says that like the speaker, Deputy Speaker is elected by the Lok Sabha from among its member. Like the speaker, date of election of Deputy Speaker is fixed by the President. Third statement, like the speaker, Deputy Speaker is normally holds office during the life of the Lok Sabha. Okay, so this I will only give you answer. So the first, like the speaker is elected among his office, yes, and there is tradition that we'll see in next question. Second statement, the like the speaker, date of speaker, it is wrong because it is not by the President, the speaker. Okay, so the speaker will finalize the date of the election for the speaker or deputy speaker. Last one, the speaker, the deputy speaker normally holds office during the life of Lok Sabha. This is also correct. So correct option is the 1 and 3 are correct. B is the correct option. Next question. Again, it is the some conventions related to deputy speaker. So first statement, deputy speaker is subordinate to the speaker and responsible to him in conduct of house proceeding. Second, by established parliamentary convention, the post of deputy speaker is allotted to the opposition party or alliance. Third statement, G.G. Swell, elected in 1969, was the first deputy speaker to come from the opposition. Okay, let me know which one is the correct here. Okay, here see, the deputy speaker is subordinate to speaker and is responsible to him in conduct of proceeding. Yes, is not subordinate to speaker. Okay, and he is responsible to the Lok Sabha, not to the speaker, Okay, this is that's why first statement is wrong. Second, the established parliamentary convention, the post of deputy speaker allotted to opposition party alliance. Yes, it is parliamentary convention but not mentioned in constitution. So usually they will ask, according to constitution, post of deputy speaker goes to the opposition party or the opposition alliance. So that time it becomes wrong. But after parliamentary convention, so if question mentions parliamentary convention, then becomes correct. Third one, G.G. Swell is elected in 1969, was the first deputy speaker come from opposition. Yes. Okay, now there is fact Lakshmikant has mentioned the first time post of deputy speaker given to the opposition 96, 97, but not, it is done in 1969 in the third Lok Sabha. Okay, from third Lok Sabha we saw this practice that this post of deputy speaker going to the principal opposition party, but it is violated in recent year. From 2014 there is no deputy speaker and is not given to the opposition member. Okay, 2014 it is given to the one of the member of ruling alliance but not to the opposition. Okay, from 2019 there is no deputy speaker. So the second and third is correct, first is wrong, so correct option will be B. That 2 and 3 are correct here. Okay, so next question we'll see. It is about the panel of chairperson of the Lok Sabha. So first statement says that under the rules of procedure of Lok Sabha, the speaker nominates from among the members of panel not more than 10 chairperson. Second, the members of panels of chairperson hold office full tenure of the Lok Sabha. Third statement, the member of panel of chairperson cannot preside over the house when the office of speaker or deputy speaker is vacant. Okay, let me know which one is the correct. Okay, so the panel of chairperson, it is a concept when deputy speaker or speaker, they are not present. So if they are not present, then in proceeding of house, who will preside? The one of the member of panel of chairperson. So these will be 10 chairpersons. Okay, and these will be nominated by speaker. So this is correct, and this is according to rule of procedure in Lok Sabha. Second statement, the members of panel of chairperson hold office for full tenure of Lok Sabha. Yes, they hold office until the next panel of chairperson appointed, and this usually appointed after the next Lok Sabha. So they holds office during the tenure of Lok Sabha. Last one, the member of panel of chairperson cannot preside over house when the office of speaker and deputy speaker is vacant. Yes. So this time, if the office of deputy speaker and speaker is vacant, that time the president will appoint one person from the Lok Sabha to preside over the proceeding. So that person will proceed over that meeting. But if there is one case, if speaker is not present, deputy speaker is not present, and any member of this panel of chairperson is also not present, so that time house, they will elect or they will appoint one person from that house to preside over that meeting. Okay, so this is the task, this is the few aspects. So the correct option is the D, 1, 2, 3 and correct here. Next question. So this is some like which of the above exercised by exclusively by the speaker of Lok Sabha and not by the chairman of Rajya Sabha. For the comparison perspective, I have brought this question. So exclusively, what is the power of speaker? So deciding whether bill is money bill or not, presiding over joint sitting of the both houses of parliament, casting vote in case of equality of the votes in house, then voting in first instance when resolution of his removal under consideration. So in this case, first, deciding money bill, it is the exclusive power of speaker, so this is correct. Second, presiding over joint sitting, exclusive power of speaker. If speaker is not present, then deputy speaker of Lok Sabha will preside. If deputy speaker of Lok Sabha is also not present, then deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha will preside. But this right is not given to the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Chairman of Rajya Sabha or vice president of India, they will not have the right to preside over joint sitting. So this is wrong. Then casting vote in case of equality of vote, yes, president, the speaker and the chairman both can cast vote in case of equality of vote. Then voting in first instances where resolution or removal is under consideration. So that time also, if voting of the resolution to remove the speaker is under consideration, that time speaker cannot preside over house, but he can be present and he can vote. Okay, usually he will vote against the resolution. So this is power given to speaker. But when it comes to chairman, okay, chairman of Rajya Sabha, he will not preside. He will not preside, but he can be present. He can be present, but cannot vote. Why he cannot vote? Because he is not member of Rajya Sabha. He is elected by the electoral college consisting of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and he is not a member of Rajya Sabha. Even if he is member of Rajya Sabha, before becoming chairman or the vice president, he need to vacate the seat. But when it comes to the speaker, why speaker can vote? Because he is the member of Lok Sabha. Okay, that's why he can vote. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Correct is only 2. Exclusive power of speaker, only 2 are correct. So 1 and I guess casting vote in equality of. Yeah, first and third is correct. So here it should be 3. Okay, so A will become correct. Okay, next question. This is again about the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha. So deputy chairman is elected from the Rajya Sabha among its member. Deputy chairman preside over joint sitting of the both houses when chairman is absent. Then deputy chairman is responsible to the house and can be removed only resolution passed by the Rajya Sabha. This statement I told now just only, so this is correct. Then deputy speaker elected, yes, he is elected from the Rajya Sabha, members of Rajya Sabha. Last one, deputy speaker responsible to house and remove only resolution. And for resolution, we need the special majority. And this special majority only in Rajya Sabha. There is no role of Lok Sabha. But when it comes to chairman of Rajya Sabha, he is nothing but he is the vice president of India. So this time what we need to do? We need to remove him. We need special majority in Rajya Sabha and simple majority in Lok Sabha. So when it comes to the speaker, deputy speaker, the resolution only will be passed in Lok Sabha. When it comes to the deputy chairman, resolution only will pass in Rajya Sabha. But when it comes to chairman or the vice president of India, the resolution must be passed in both the houses with different majorities. So this is the answer. So correct answer for this is the all 3 are correct. He is the correct answer here. Okay. So I guess with this we have finished first part of parliament. To next session I will come with second part. From that where we will start with the leader of houses, then whips. So major aspect that not covered in Lakshmikant. So I have brought some factual information. So and it is I have done in all the sessions. So those who are not watched it, go and watch it and collect the facts that UPSC might ask, and stay tuned for the next session. Thank you very much.